project Nodeunion. So Nodeunion is basically a platform which provides anyone to create their own local cloud, just like how AWS or GCP, just like that they can create their own cloud, own network, and connect nodes under them, integrating blockchain in it, making it fully secure end to end, and allowing opportunity to all the people to earn through this platform. So basically, Node Union is a platform where people having unused compute from the computer, example, and most of them who have computer don't use it for the entire 100% of its capacity. They just use it for 20% of its capacity. This is where Union comes in. So the rest of the 80%, which is ideal, which they are not using, they can run that compute power in my platform through the network holder. And the user who wants to use that compute for any matter, no matter what the purpose is, he just wants to use the compute, he can just come rent the compute from that user and use it. That's the whole point of this project. Basically, we want to make use every single compute and make everyone earn little bit of money. And also the users who will be using this platform will have to pay less money for each compute power compared to any other cloud providers like AWS, JCP, and everything. So let me explain you the flow first. So here is the network. So in network, anyone who wants to create a network can create, like an organization or a college or an institute or myself. So I can create my own network, tell other people to connect under my network, or tell the institution to connect under my network, connect all the nodes under my network, and let the people institute people use my compute. That's the whole thing about the network thing. So I'll give you a demonstration of it. So first, the institute or the organization should create their own orchestrator. So orchestrator is the main head of the whole network, which will coordinate with all the nodes which are connected to it, and load balance and every single deployments by the user. So I have given my database URL. It can be custom for each orchestrator depending upon if they want to be private or they want to be public. So I'll choose Stellar testnet, and I have my wallet address. So this is my source wallet through which I'm creating the orchestrator, and all this details is going into Stellar's contract. So my contract ID. So this is the contract which I deployed. So rate, so how much, so each orchestrator, each network can change the price according to them as they need. So I'll put it like 3 for now, 3 or 4, anything works. I put 5. Then orchestrator bind address, this is the address which the orchestrator will be using. So it will be running in my local computer 8080. So network ID I'll put as 1, and network name Stellar, let's keep it Stellar. And network description, this is Stellar's local cloud. So compute performance 5. Then public will make it blank, as we are using Cloudflare, so it will automatically create it. So we'll make the TUI. So this is a terminal UI which the orchestrator will be saying. It will be helpful for viewing and managing every details of the network. So let it start. I've just started. So this is the public orchestrator URL which every agent will use to connect with. So we can check the health using the health endpoint and everything. So now I'll start a local node. So let me start a local node. So once again. So node ID, it's a new network, so node ID will be 1. So orchestrator URL is this one which we copied from here. So then we have to choose a network which is Stellar. It's showing inactive, as there is no node running on, there is no job going on. So we'll choose network 1. So wallet, my wallet. So whoever is starting this agent, they can put their wallet. Example, my friend is giving his compute in my network, then he'll put his wallet address and he'll get all the payouts. So I agent bind address, it will run in my local 8090 port. So public address will leave it blank and we'll choose Cloudflare. And at every 60 seconds we'll check the nodes performance, like how much compute is free, whether it's draining or it's using, like how depending upon that the load balancing will happening. So we'll choose everything and we'll choose the TUI. So in the dashboard, so the agent is starting. So let's wait. So agent is started. This is the terminal UI for the agent. So here you can see everything which the agent's computer has. So around 20% of my CPU is under usage. My memory is around 8 GB. So in 8 GB RAM, around 6 GB I'm using right now. So it is in a training stage. If I'm using less than 10%, then it will be in a ideal state. Then I'll be able to push my user's job into my computer. I don't want. I did this because I don't want to interfere between user's job and my job. So computer should be safe. So I'll check the network. So in the network, there's one node one, network one, and it's ideal. Yes. So in every 60 seconds, it'll get updated. So it'll just get updated soon. So the meantime, we'll just start the user's TUI and send a job to the this thing orchestrator. Let's see whether it executes. I'll stop all my background works. So this is the user's TUI where he can see the portfolio first, how much he has done. So this is a fresh wallet for the user, so it's nothing is visible. So I'll just deploy a new project under this thing. So now it's updated. You can see it's draining and it's 80% usage. So we'll compare with mine. So around 20% showing, right? Around 60 seconds, it's like rate limit is there. So at starting it was like 20%, right? So that's why it's showing 80% right now. After 1 minute, it will get updated again. So I'll just start a job right now. So I'll copy the orchestrator URL. I have to copy the orchestrator URL. So I have to put that. After that, Stellar. So the network is network one. The wallet is my wallet address. And the Docker file. So I have created a test app which I'll be testing. So I'll copy the Docker file path. So whenever a user will deploy his project, it should be in the Docker Hub so that I can directly fetch from the internet and run it in any of the networks which is connected wirelessly. So it is better for usability. And Stellar at latest. So command is default. CPU limit, I'll be using 0.25% of the YouTube CPU, and RAM is around 128 MB. You can change it depending upon your project's limits. And I want to push this image in the internet so that I will be able to pull it from the node, my friend's laptop, just for reference. So I'll submit it. So it is building the Docker image. So it's under building. So let's wait. Allow. So this is pushing my image. So you can see in the Docker Hub also. So you can see the image being pushed. So the image is pushed and we are submitting the job. So we can see here. So the job is submitted, but has that is not 90% more than 90% of the CPU available. So the system is in draining stage. So I'll close my browser so that my system goes into ideal state. I'm closing my browser. So you can see the Stellar Docker Hub. So I've just closed it. Now let's wait for some time. Close all the background works. Yep. So the computer went into ideal. Now the job is running in this thing. That's why it's showing busy. And you can see the active jobs is one, and the cloud has one busy and one at total nodes. So average CPU available is around 87.7%. So which is here. You can see in the this thing also the active jobs are like these. This job is running. And in the user's dashboard, after the job starts running, you can see the deployed URL. So you can use this URL to check the deployed project. So I'll just check the deployed project. One sec. So yeah, so this is the deployed dummy project which I created just for testing, and it works. Actually, it works. I'll show the doc. I'll show the Docker hub also. Docker. So the container also you can see in my system. It works. So the same thing which I'm doing in a single system, which it can be done into in different systems also. So that's the working of the whole project. And under this everything blockchain is integrated. So first we are creating an escrow for each network. Under the network there are different layers of nodes. Add them to escrow, and whenever a user wants to use some compute, they have to say pay some advance into my escrow as an advance, so that after they use the compute, if they don't pay, I can take their advance and give it to the agents who gave their compute, and I can as an orchestrator he can also take some commission out of it. So this model will be very useful for organizations like colleges, government institutions, even small in small homes where they have 3 4 computers which they are not using, but they can rent it in this way. And underneath has it's fully blockchained, so it is very secure, very transparent, and the pay is also very good compared to AWS or something. So if a user wants to deploy in AWS, the cost will be higher compared to mine. So this is my whole project. Thank you.